It's time for another closer look at a key Kentucky Derby contender. And here's your host, Magic.
Well, MadRacingNews.com, I'm Magic, and today we're taking a closer look at Kentucky Derby contender Mo Donegal, winner of the Remsen Stakes, not a race that traditionally has produced strong Kentucky Derby trail runners. They tend to do better outside of the Triple Crown Trail, but Aaron Halterman with me to talk about it. Mo Donegal's done well so far, and not just that, the Remsen Stakes itself has come back to produce some, not winners yet, but quality runners so far. Talk to me about Mo Donegal.
Yeah, I think that's well said. And, we kind of talked about this off air after that race happened, Magic, you and I. And we said, I don't think that Remsen's going to be too bad. It had a little bit of different type of horse as usual. Mo Donegal was lightly raced and Zandon was lightly raced. And I realize it's a 2-year-old race. And usually they are lightly raced in those races. But in the same regard, it's like, yeah, but usually it's like a horse that just wants to go a mile and an eighth as a 2-year-old where the other ones don't, and it's kind of ugly. These two, Zandon, Mo Donegal, they looked pretty good out of that race. So Mo Donegal came back, ran in the Holy Bull, got third, and we all kind of were like, yeah, that's not that great. But the horse that he almost beat for second in that race, I should say, the horse he almost beat for second, Simplification, came back and dominated the Fountain of Youth. So Mo Donegal kind of moves up the list now. Now, unfortunately, he could not run in the Fountain of Youth. He got a fever / drew the 12th hole. Who knows which one's which? But he's pointing to the Wood now. I think that's great for him, obviously. He's already won at a mile at Aqueduct in the Remsen. He'll go to the Wood. The Wood's a little bit tougher than usual, but I think he goes up there with a good shot to win and become a top, 4 or 5 choice maybe in the Derby.
And it's funny because that happened in December when he wins the Remsen Stakes. And since then, Todd Pletcher, his trainer, seemed to unleash a new rocket for the Kentucky Derby Trail that was flashier than Mo Donegal every other week. And then we've seen over this spring, Aaron, those horses one by one are falling off. Mo Donegal seems to be one of the few who hasn't disappointed us yet. He has this running style that in years past hasn't won the Kentucky Derby. You tend to need to be very forwardly placed and have at least some initial early speed. He's a little bit more of a plotter, but right now we're not seeing any Bob Baffert horses in there, so that takes a lot of speed out. What are Mo Donegal's real projected chances, you think, in the Kentucky Derby?
It's all going to depend on how he runs this mile and an eighth race at Aqueduct in the Wood, right? He cannot win the Kentucky Derby. I will repeat that. He cannot win the Kentucky Derby with the running style he showed in the Holy Bull. It's not going to happen. Forget about it. I know a lot of people like him. It's not going to happen. But here is the good news. Mile and an eighth. Pace is probably going to slow down a little bit for him in the Wood. Let's see if he can sit a little bit closer. I'm not saying he needs to be on the lead, but I don't want him way out of it. If he sits a little bit closer and still comes with that same kind of run, he's got a really nice shot in the Kentucky Derby. I know a lot of people, at Racing Dudes have kind of completely thrown him out. And I just kept that caveat of, hey, if he can sit closer and still kick home, he's going to be tough because he does really move down the lane pretty well. He reminds me a lot of Country House, who was the eventual winner in the Kentucky Derby. He was way out of it in all his preps. And I'm like, yeah, he doesn't have a shot. And then Flavian Pratt gets aboard him in the Derby. All of a sudden he sits him closer and the horse still finishes pretty well. So if Mo Donegal can kind of fit that role or that mold, I should say, he's got a shot. So I'm very excited for his Wood Memorial race. So excited I may get Wood, Magic.
Trainer Todd Pletcher, we saw what he did with Known Agenda, a similar horse that was running in Florida years back, that once he added blinkers to his horse, suddenly he had a little bit more speed and was able to win the Florida Derby. We'll see if he experiments something like that with Mo Donegal, who targeting the Wood Memorial, a race that his sire, Uncle Mo, famously lost, was third place as the 10-cent favorite in 2011. So we'll see if he can get some of that money back for Uncle Mo supporters in the Wood Memorial Stakes. Head over to racingdudes.com. We've got free picks for every race, every track around the country. Full coverage of the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks Trails over at youtube.com/racingdudes. Hit like if you like the video, hit subscribe if you like it. Tell us below in the comments, what do you think about Mo Donegal? Is he winning the Wood? Can he win the Kentucky Derby? We'll see you at the track.
This has been a presentation of racingdudes.com, your destination for all things horse racing and sports betting. Whether you want free winners, expert insider picks, up-to-the-minute trackside weather reports, or podcasts and videos for bettors of all skill levels. Never make another wager without visiting the Racing Dudes. First,